Good morning, Julia. It's Monday, and I just got around to watching your video, and I must say it was marvelous. I'm a big proponent of words. I'm of the opinion that words are the only way we have to really communicate with other people, and so we have to use them really effectively. We can't afford to waste words, or to use incorrect language, or to circumnavigate about it. We have to get to what we're trying to say and say it, because then we can connect with other people, and that's important or something. So if I could boil it down, I'd say that you talked about swear words, euphemisms, and political correctness. Now, swear words are like the reverse euphemism. They're the thing that's not correct to say, so we have other words to say them instead. But actually, I think one of the most interesting facts that I've ever learned about swear words probably came from a Vlogbrothers video. And it's that swear words aren't really words. Words are stored in like one part of your brain, but swear words are stored elsewhere with sounds like and ah and Those are sounds that are expressions of emotional reaction. We don't use them as words a lot of the time, but they're the anger sound, or the frustration sound, or the pain sound that a lot of people go to after having been exposed to them. Despite not being words in the way that other words are, they're still not socially acceptable to use in a lot of scenarios, and that's part of the trend that you were talking about towards being more PC. I only have a brief thing to put on this, which is one of the things that I learned when I was learning about sign language, is that the deaf community likes to be referred to as the deaf community. They are not hearing impaired. It's not an impairment to them. It's who they are. It's part of their community. And are trying to be PC, we're actually being more offensive. I have a new poster. Check it out. Where did I get that new poster? I got it at Acquire the Fire, which I totally forgot to film. I filmed a couple bits of songs like this. One of the things that was my favorite part of last year's Acquire the Fire was the worship, and while that was absolutely amazing again, this was my favorite part this year.
Forever, author of salvation, he rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave.
Wasn't that fantastic? We were walking back from dinner through the streets of Richmond, and we just started like singing songs, and it was amazing. Anna said a couple of people from other youth groups like joined in as we passed them, and so that was so cool. It was the greatest. Other exciting things include I have an interview tomorrow. I'm gonna explain exactly what this interview is because I don't think I've mentioned that before. So I really want to go to UVA, right? And I got accepted, which is amazing, but the biggest issue here is probably gonna be cost, as long as I don't fail any classes, because that would be a really big issue. They meet 100% of projected need, but it would be even cooler if I could get scholarships. And there's a scholarship that's provided through a thing called the Jefferson Scholars Foundation. It's a full-ride scholarship that covers study abroad and lodgings at school, and it's basically amazing. However, it's really, really selective. Each high school in the state of Virginia gets to nominate one person to apply for this scholarship, and there are a few select schools outside of the state that also get to nominate somebody. So I was my school's nomination, and I made it past the application stage to the regional interview. If I do well at my interview tomorrow, then I'll go to an interview at UVA where they pick the final people. Last year, they only picked 31 individuals who had an average SAT score of 2260, with 23 of them getting perfect 800s on at least one section of the SAT. They had a combined 88 5s on SATs, and 16 of them were varsity athletes. And I'm like, I ain't done none of these things. So I'm kind of freaking out and really excited at the same time. Hopefully, if I'm, awesome at the interview, this won't be a problem. So let's just hope that I do awesome at the interview. Moving on from this, I just have a couple things to say, one of which is just a quick thought on John Kerry's nomination for Secretary of State. I wonder how much of it has to do with Hillary Clinton being a woman. Now, not that Obama's sexist, or Congress is sexist, or America is sexist, but in a lot of foreign countries, women are still seen as the weaker sex, and how much of that influences how much power she had as Secretary of State. Do we think that John Kerry could do better in these countries because he's a man? I don't know, it's just an interesting way to look at this, that I really heard glossed over on the radio the other day, but I think it's something that would be really interesting. Secondly, I did not miss Easter as a holiday because Easter's always on a Sunday. We're not making a video then anyway. That's it for today, Julia. I'll see you tomorrow and you'll see me on Wednesday.